it with a lot of laws. I think when you make people conscious, as communication gets better, and you make people conscious of somebody in trouble.
The tyrants did it. Hitler took the guns. Stalin took the guns. Mao took the guns. Fidel Castro took the guns. Hugo Chavez took the guns. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms. Doesn't matter how many lemmings you get out there on the street begging for them to have their guns taken. We will not relinquish them. Do you understand? That's why you're going to fail, and the establishment knows no matter how much propaganda, the Republic will rise again when you attempt to take our guns. My family in the Texas Revolution against Santa Anna, my family was at the core on both sides starting that, because Santa Anna came to take the guns at Gonzales, Texas. Pierce, don't try what your ancestors did before. Why don't you come to America? I'll take you out shooting. You can become an American and join the Republic.
You finished?
Yes, I am finished. You will not take my right. You go through background checks to get guns. How about Prozac? You know the number one. Oh, that's the big sponsor, isn't it? Or that whole class of drugs.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh, whoa, got to cut that off, don't you? Don't want to talk about the U.S. number one cause of death is suicide now, because they give people suicide mass murder pills.
Calm down.
Your answer is give more money to the psychiatrists and psychologists to put more crazy people on drugs that make them kill people, Pierce.
Let's try and have a debate here.
Yeah.
Answer me this question.
I'm sick of the same old
I should feel, I mean, but this so-called new liberal group, Jesus, they never listen to your point of view, and they make a decision as to what you think, and they're articulate enough and in control of enough of the press to force that image out for the average person for some reason.
And there's a lot of people in this country who want to do the same thing to us here in a kind of conspiracy, see. Everybody clam up.
Mr. Archie Bunker, speaking in reply to the editorial broadcast last Saturday.
Good evening, everybody. This is Archie Bunker of 704 Hauser Street, veteran of the big war, speaking on behalf of Guns for Everybody. Now
is also looking at other sources of the violence. Because frankly, in my hometown of Chicago, there's an awful lot of violence. And they're not using AK-47s, they're using cheap handguns.
Holiday weekend in Chicago, meantime, a surge of overnight gun violence brought the total number of people shot since Friday in the Windy City to as many as 50. According to reports, 6 of them fatally. It should be noted that Chicago has some of the nation's toughest gun laws on the books. The apparent contradiction is an argument that many gun owners are increasingly using to advocate a new and controversial movement called open carry. Here's ABC's Byron Pitts.
We're going to do a little open carry at Chili, guys.
It's called Open Carry Texas, a local movement that's gone national.
I'm about to show you how to get a Slurpee with an AK-47.
Gun owners who demand the right to carry not just long guns like AR-15s in public, but handguns as well, from department stores to restaurants.
If a bad guy comes, there's a lot of good guys here to protect me.
Growing in popularity and late-night punchlines.
We're here, we've got gear, get used to it. You guys aren't just firearm enthusiasts, you're ammo-sexuals.
The movement was dealt a setback this week as retail giant Target joined a growing list of major store chains like Starbucks, Chipotle, Chili's, and Jack in the Box, asking customers to leave their weapons at home.
This is a huge win.
Target and the others were pressured by Shannon Watts, founder of Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America.
It's a wonderful move by Target. They listened to us when we said, we don't want loaded assault weapons around our children when we're shopping.
As for Open Carry Texas,
This is probably the safest corner in San Antonio right now.
its founder, C.J. Grisham, called Target's decision a mistake. The only people who win will be the criminals, he says. They now know honest people will not be armed in Target. As Grisham looks to expand his movement, groups that oppose him are pushing back. The stores and next fall.
Davy, what's going to happen to us? I mean...
It's the Eye of Horus in Egyptian mythology, now called the Eye of Lucifer or Satan. And thus we see we're dealing with a Luciferian plan. People need to recognize the God of Freemasonry will lead the world into this peculiar and particular purpose for which America was set up, which is to lead the whole world system into a one world government, a one world religion, a one world law system, and a one world money system that the Bible calls the mark of the beast.
I pray that you will stay, however, my friends, with this great book, the Word of God. This truly is what we need to turn to. The time is short. A great falling away from the truth. It's
with gloves, an extra pair of clothes, shower before you leave, so this way you don't contaminate your children and wife at home. Governor, when I say this is a life-changing event, I'm at the point right now where I say America is in more trouble than it's ever been in our lifetime.
You got some video and interviewed one of the Border Patrol agents. We can't show his face. We obviously can't identify him. He'd get fired on the spot if he was identified. But this is very revealing of what you just said and validates what you just said. I want us to watch it, and then we'll get your comments.
The health check, the health screening that we see is we basically just ask them if they're feeling okay, if they're sick.
So there are reports right now that the kids being put into these detention centers or these holding centers, that they are getting immunization checks. Do you have any idea if that's true or not?
I have not seen one child sent or had any sort of medical staff come and check the children. I've seen numerous families come in and go out, and nobody has touched them in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, this is alarming when I see this is a Border Patrol agent, so this is not just some activist who doesn't like immigrants. And I think a lot of people are torn with compassion for the children. I have compassion for the children, but I also want to hold my government responsible for protecting the rest of America and saying, look, it's one thing to provide assistance for hungry kids or for diseased children, but to mainstream them in the middle of schools in America without adequately protecting the people who are going to be exposed, that's really serious. And that's what this agent was saying.
Our immigration laws were designed for two reasons primarily. One is to protect the American worker from unfair foreign competition, and number two is to protect American lives and health. That's not happening. Until we remove the incentive for people to come here, which is the ability to work, this is going to continue. I promise you that. Everybody's got their eye on the wrong thing. We have to remove the incentive, and we need to protect the border better than we are right now because the Border Patrol is changing diapers.
Dennis Michael Lynch is with us with some exclusive video. You do not want to miss it. We'll be right back. If you'd like to comment on tonight's show and share with me your thoughts, I welcome your response. Go to my website, MikeHuckabee.com. You can connect with me on Facebook, sign up to follow my regular messages on Twitter, or leave comments on the feedback section at MikeHuckabee.com.
Are you suffering from lower back pain?
Do you wake up with nagging aches and stiffness? Now you can stop suffering and relieve your pain with Chiroback,
The drug-free in-home treatment for back pain.
All it takes is just 10 minutes of soothing treatment from the comfort of your own bed, couch, or floor.